My name's Trish. I was born and brought up just a few feet from here on the south side. Then we moved to Long Westgate, then Cross Street, and finally Friargate, where I lived until I was 15, and then I left Scarborough to move away and get work. Part of that fishing community, it was an amazing childhood. It was a hard and it was a cruel life sometimes. My dad was a fisherman, came from a long line of fishermen. My granddad, great-granddad, cousins, uncles were all lost at sea. There were hard times, there were rough times, there were cruel times, but it was my life. My mum would go down to the warehouse at 4 o'clock in the morning. It was cold, it was dark, and there's a whole story that can be told about the warehouses and those fisherwomen who were strong women. I had the best childhood you could ever think of. The community was poor, but whatever we had we shared. Those women, strong women, inspired me, and I think they inspired many others. I went to the Bethel Mission. You either a chapel or church. Now, church for me was for posh people. It wasn't. There were normal people just the same as us all. Rachel, who was over there, was my Sunday school teacher. And she taught me so much about Jesus. I didn't know then who Jesus was. Don't think I got to know who Jesus was till a lot later. So at 10, at the Bethel Mission, I gave my life to Christ. Didn't change me at all. I got a free Bible and I've still got it. But that didn't change me at all. I grew up, I moved away from Scarborough. So life carried on. We had children, 3 lovely children, Claire, Nick and Joe. And Claire was ill. She was always a poorly girl. She struggled, her life was a challenge. God was still so far away from my life. But they started going to Sunday school the same as I had. I wanted them to have a Rachel in their life. I wanted them to have someone like Rachel telling them about Jesus. So we tried Ebenezer, and we tried SCF, and we tried Norstead. Notice there's no church there, there's no St Mary's. That for me was still a big church that the only relevance it had was the clock that gave me the time every night when I looked out on the night from my window. But I ended up going to Norstead. Norstead Methodist Youth Club, still far away from God. Then one day, there were huge events for Methodists. Used to go down to London, 20,000 people, children, young people. And I loved that, and my kids loved that. So one day, they said, we're going to York Minster. And there's a man called Billy Graham going to talk. I hadn't heard of Billy Graham. Didn't know who he was. And I know that sounds really bad, but I didn't know who he was. So we went to York Minster with the youth club. Nick was 14, Claire was 15. Claire didn't come, she was too poorly, but Nick came. And I just heard this man talking, and I'm thinking, I don't want to know about God, what can he do in my life? Why has this happened with Claire, what's happening? You know, I don't need God in my life. So that was what I thought, and God had other thoughts, and he just, well, I just know that he was talking, and I ended up down at the altar, and I gave my life to Christ. And one of the blessings was that I looked to the side of me, and Nick, our 14-year-old, was stood next to me giving his life to Christ. That action changed my life. From then, and I know it sounds like cliche to say my life changed, but it did.